kind of improvised. The first time I've done this with the live stream in the truck. Thanks for joining us. And we're on St. Simon's Island in Georgia. And you know, it's a beautiful day. I'd like to say it's a beautiful day. However, we have Hurricane Debby, now downgraded to tropical storm, still seeing winds 60 to 70 miles an hour. Just was watching the newscast, the weathercast on the television before I left home, so that information is pretty accurate. So we're out for a little spin, and thought you guys might want to come along. We are right now on the eastern side of the St. Simon's Airport, and the rain has stopped. The last band that came through, which really dumped a lot of water on us, has passed, and for now, we seem to be in a little break. Wind is beginning to pick up. We're starting to see more and more wind wisping through the moss of these, hanging out of these live oak trees. They kind of dot through the island. And we're just going to take a little ride around and take a look, kind of show you guys what's going on here today with the storm. We've already had a tree down we had to go deal with earlier today, if you guys are just joining us. And we are actually on, we're streaming on cell service. So if it starts to buffer, don't crucify me. Stay with me. It'll come back. So right now we're on Old Demery Road, passing by now. There's a drain, so it's been working. It's been working. Services are out. At least the fire department is here. Not sure what they've got going on. Oh, they got a line down. I can see it smoking from here. Try to pull over here so you guys can get a whiff of that. That is one of the biggest killers with one of these storms, when these lines go down. You guys can see that line is still energized, and the ground is burning as a result of that. The unfortunate thing about that is it's down. People get inquisitive. Hey, what's going on? Hey, look, there's a fire over here, and they walk over and they step on it, and it's curtains. It's just that quick. That's probably going to be something that we're going to see now for the next couple days. Those kind of things happening right there. And if I was a betting man, I would say that there was a tree that was somehow involved with that. Now, if this entrance to the Bloody Marsh monument is open, we're going to pull down in there and hopefully be able to look out across the marsh. Sometimes they close out. It's closed. Closed. In the Spanish St. Simons that turned the Spanish back south, and they never were a threat again to the Georgia colony. But this is where that battle happened. The trees are really starting to dance around here now, getting a lot of wind, but in gust. It's not a sustained wind, it's gust, and you know, the storm is still a good ways away from us. Looks like we're getting ready to start with another band of rain. It's just starting again. We're going to see how long you guys can tolerate it. Without the windshield wipers on. So bear with me. There's a good shot of the trees that they're beginning to dance a little bit. Now we're going to ride out onto East Beach. We're going to go across this little causeway here that leads out to East Beach. Last time we had a Hurricane Irma, when Irma came through, this whole causeway was flooded with, oh, camera down, with about, I don't know, a foot of water maybe. This whole area was flooded during Irma, and that was at high tide. The wind was pushing the tide right back up on inshore. And it made for quite a mess of things indeed. One of the other things we have, especially on the causeways, whether it's the main causeway coming to St. Simons or the causeway to Sea Island or this causeway, they act as like a dike holding back the water. And in the marsh grass, the loose grass, the dead grass from last year's growth accumulates, and then it piles up on the street as that tide is going out. You guys can see what the wind's doing here with that flag. Now we're coming on East Beach, and the ocean is right out here in front of us. So this is one area that's kind of unprotected, if you will, from the wind that's coming across from the ocean, from the east, any kind of east wind. We're right here, and this would be right into your face. This is the Coast Guard beach access. Building off to the right that we just passed is the old U.S. Coast Guard barracks building. It's no longer used by the Coast Guard. It's a museum now. But this area now is a parking lot for beachgoers. Doesn't look like we have too many takers today. For you guys that are familiar with my videos I do during the Georgia-Florida game weekend, when they have Frat Beach, this is where I set up and visit with our college youth that come down on the Friday before the Georgia-Florida football game. There'll be a huge crowd of the Georgia faithful who invade St. Simon's. I say that in a loving way. I embrace them. And they come down and make a beach day. And we're planning on being back for that event when it happens. It's always a lot of fun. Well, I guess there's one thing is, I don't think I've had the opportunity to give you guys a visit of my home and where I'm from. And so we'll certainly do that. You guys will get to ride along with me while we're doing a little survey of what's going on here. Now, up here on the left, I want to show you this, guys, because this is, ooh, look at that wind going across that puddle there. You guys will, I'm sure, will enjoy this, because everyone always does, is the shaking street sign. That seems to be a hurricane staple, if you can find a street sign that wiggles in the wind. You ask, I deliver. Now I got to tell you guys something. Sometimes you see some things that just never ceases to amaze. And what a great day to go walk your Jack Russell. When you can't walk outside without keeping your hand on your hat to hold it down. Looks like he's got a nice little bag there. Looks like the dogs left him a little present. It's very considerate of him. Hey, how y'all doing? Hurricane's coming. Y'all might want to seek some shelter. Just saying. Okay, we're going to ride out to Gould's Inlet. It is on the north end of East Beach. This is the East Beach neighborhood that we're in now. A lot of these homes that are here are available during the summer for vacation rental, and a lot of people come down and take advantage of this, and because the beach is right there. Almost every one of these streets has a beach access where you can simply walk to the beach from your home. And a lot of folks come down and take advantage of it. I haven't checked the tide, but I think, what was it, about 10 o'clock I was expecting a high, so we may be coming up on a low here. Let's try to figure out when it's almost complete. We're almost right at low tide right now. So thank goodness for that. That means that the drains are working at maximum efficiency. And that may be why we haven't seen as much standing water as we would, say, the high tide. Yeah, you see I'm right in it right here, and it's hitting the side of the truck. I don't know if you, but can you guys see those right in front? take the blunt the storm is. And this place right here is probably going to catch I hope everybody can hear me. I want to try to get to a spot where I can stop and check on the chat. I hope you guys, it looks like you guys can hear me. On my end, things are working like they're supposed to. Let's pull over right here just a second, so we're not impeding anyone. Let's take a quick look. And see. All right, thanks, Tim. I just got you pulled up here so I can get the report. So I think what we'll do is we'll head down to the pier, down to the village on St. Simon's. Now, if you guys remember our Christmas broadcast that we did, service down there can get spotty. We may buffer. You may get mad. Don't go anywhere. Because it usually picks back up. Carmen found it. I got to get a better mount. But I stopped right here so you guys might be able to see a little bit of those pine trees kind of swaying around. Now I know when I was coming back from work from this morning, from dealing with that tree over on the west side of the county that toppled, I did see a large live oak limb that was down over the sidewalk. That stuff is going to probably remain down for the next 2 or 3 days before it's dealt with. But it's just not a good time to be out and about, especially if you're having stuff fall out of the sky. Some of that stuff tends to get kind of heavy, so if we absolutely don't have to deal with it, we'll wait until the storm passes. I will say this: it is good to be live again with everybody. I miss our big live streams that we were doing up in Baltimore. That was so much fun, but I was so wrapped up in it, and so busy at that time with the dolly that I didn't really have the opportunity to sit down and enjoy the interaction with you guys in the chat like I would have wanted to. What's really crazy right here, guys, is we're right here at low tide, and I don't know if you can see to the right, but this creek that's running out of here, the water is streaming out of there, and the water's still in the grass. Normally there would be mud. You'd see fiddler crabs and all kinds of stuff down there in the mud. It'd be a little trickle of water coming through the creek at low tide. But because we've had that eastern component to the wind, it has held that water back and doesn't allow it to flow out into the ocean. It just kind of keeps it pushed up here into the coastline. Where we're driving right now, right here at about this stop sign, right in this area. When Irma came through, this whole area was flooded. This whole area was there was 2 feet of water. Trash dumpsters were floating around in this area. A lot of people, a lot of homes. People lost furnishings and then had to get so much work done to their residence after that water came up and just really had nowhere to go. It just backed up into their homes. Now where we are now, this is the King and Prince Hotel and Resort on St. Simons. It's the largest resort on St. Simons. And just on the other side of this gate that we're approaching here is the ocean. So all this is pretty much just beachfront here. Doesn't look like they have a lot of, it looks like a lot of people have left, no sense. Hard to enjoy a beach vacation when you can't get on the beach. You can get on the beach, it's not like they're restricting you, but who wants to be out there with that wind? You guys saw that sand being blown around. Just not a fun time to come and enjoy St. Simons. Our schools are now been pushed back, and that's kind of a regional thing. Most of the county schools here in the coastal Georgia area have been pushed back. I think they were scheduled to actually open on Thursday. They're pushing them back to Friday. There was supposed to have been a teacher work. That was my fault, guys. Couple of work days, and I think they told the teachers, you guys stay at home, don't come into work. So what we're coming up here, this is one of the public beach accesses. I can see from here that there are some people out on the beach. But the ocean it looks pretty gnarly. A lot of white caps out there. This doesn't look like a very fun day. No, not at all. While we're here, why don't we check
at St. Simons Island Airport. Pilots are requested to use Brunswick Golden Isles Airport.
Yeah, I don't think they want you flying in today.
St. Simons Island Airport. Automated weather observation 19er18 Zulu. Wind 150 at 25 knots. Peak gusts 36 knots. Visibility
5.36, which is, that's going to be 40 miles an hour right now, gust here. And they're not expecting the significant winds to be here until 8 this evening. I don't know. Let's ask this guy. Hey.
Yeah.
Why'd y'all come from Tennessee when y'all having such good weather up there?
It's hotter than hell up there. That's why. Are you from Tennessee too?
No, I'm from St. Simons Island.
Are you?
Yeah. I noticed your tag, and I noticed that hat.
That's right.
You're down. You're down.
What are you shooting?
We're live streaming on YouTube right now.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Just out.
No, it's really been hot up there, and we booked a vacation last year about this time so the daughter could go to school, or she got to go back to school. But we were in Ocean Isle, North Carolina, and she wanted to go somewhere different.
Well, this is going that way. Y'all could have stayed there and gotten it too.
What do you think? You're local, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about this storm? What's going to happen?
I think we're going to get a tremendous amount of rain over the next 2 or 3 days.
It looks like it's moving on.
We're going to have a little bit of wind. We may see some trees come down. I just coming back. We saw the fire department was out with a power energized line that was down.
So that's what I heard earlier.
We're going to have. It's going to be those kind of things. Same kind of things y'all have during an ice storm up there in the mountains.
How much rain do you think is going to get here?
About 8.5 inches.
Will it take you a while to recede?
No, yeah. Well, it's because of the tides here. High tide, nothing drains. You know,
okay.
The tide's got to go down
right
before the drains start working. So you got to factor that in.
We'll get 2 or 3 days to get out here, maybe.
Yeah.
You think so?
I think you will. I think you will.
Well, y'all come up to Tennessee and visit us. We just live about 20 minutes from Sevierville.
Oh, there you go. You're right there in it. Yeah, man.
Never do go there hardly.
Y'all had some rain. Y'all had some rain too here not too long ago, then, didn't you?
We had a few storms. I had a storm not Monday a week ago. It tore power lines and everything down at my house.
Yeah.
We were without power for about 6 hours.
Yeah, I saw some videos from Dollywood.
Prior to that,
it looked like they
dry heat.
They had
we do
some
hay and
going
stuff. My dad's got cows and my daughter's got horses. We do hay, but it's burned up.
Yeah.
We hadn't had any good rain since like probably July or June.
Well, I hope y'all can take some with you when you leave here. I'm going to leave some with you.
Yeah.
You guys take care. Be safe.
Good.
Always good to visit with some folks from out of town. Some nice folks from Tennessee who are probably enjoying the adventure. And isn't that a crazy sight right there, guys? Oh my goodness, somebody's got us on the pole here. We're dancing. Kelly, thank you. Dancing Wolf. We are dancing on the pole for you right now, Kelly. Thanks so much for that. Easy. Because I got my good camera. Well, my good my good Sony up here on the dashboard of the truck on a short tripod. It's the best way I could come up with to mount this camera, or set this camera so you guys could see what was going on. And I've already, oh hey, already put it on the dash twice, 3 times. How you doing? Good to see you. Always important to pay attention to what's going on around you during a storm. So this area we're in now, this used to be filled with beach houses. You know, little beach houses, little 2-3 bedroom things, 1 bath, and people would build them and they'd come down and they'd go to the beach and go back to Atlanta or wherever it was they were from and had a great time. Those properties have been bought up, gone, and now they've been replaced. And I think this is one of the scourges of living someplace there everybody wants to be. These kind of things get built right back in their place. You'll still find occasionally 1 or 2. I mean, of the old. There's one over here to the left. One of these old beach homes. But for the most part, they're where they can be bought up. They're bought up, and then they were replaced by whatever you can build on the property. I think we have a building height restriction here of 44 feet. They're going to be 44 feet. Still a lot of this storm to be digested by this area. We're just starting to get a little bite of it. If this camera makes it through, I'm gonna write Sony and tell them what a great unit they've put together here. So we're getting ready to go by the St. Simon's Lighthouse. We're actually going to try to pull down there and get a little closer look at the sound. If you guys remember the series I did with the Golden Ray, when that cargo ship, that car carrier that had over 4,000 cars on it, turned over. It turned over right out in front of the lighthouse and the pier here between St. Simon's and Jekyll Island. So we are pretty far down on the south end of St. Simon's, and this is the lighthouse facility that we're pulling into right now. I'm going to say it would not be a very fun boating day today out on the Sound. I'll try to turn you guys over that way, and you just can make out the St. Simon's Pier there. There's a walkway that's right in front of us, but on the back side of that is the St. Simon's Pier, and there are actually a handful of folks out on the pier today. We're going to ride over there as well. I hope you guys are enjoying the tour of a Hurricane Debby approach to St. Simon's Island. Kind of just showing you guys around and what the place is like. When I back up here, we might be able to catch a glimpse of the lighthouse. Let's see if we can. That is the lighthouse building. And can you make out the lighthouse back there? Let's see. You can't see it through that tree. Well, that's it. Again, if you're just joining us, we may buffer. We're getting into the area. We're live streaming over cell service. We may buffer. We're not going anywhere. If we buffer, don't throw rocks at me. We'll stay with us. We'll be right back. We're not going anywhere, but we may lose signal. The signal gets really weak in this area. What's pretty neat for you guys that are here with us is this place is a virtual ghost town right now. Typically it'll all be filled with customers, but this we're in the village, St. Simon's. Starting to see some of those don't see anybody fishing, but there are some shirtless guys out there on the pier. And then you got this group right here who are just look like they're here on vacation. They got their bicycles. Mom's trying her best to have a good time with the kids, and well, I guess I'll have something to talk about. The time we went to St. Simon's Island and a hurricane came. Broken right there. It's not a real big limb, and it looks like it's see they're doing a little dancing here. No doubt there'll probably be one or two of those that come down. Yeah, most restaurants here, there's signs in the windows, hey, we're going home. I missed a really good live stream opportunity with you guys yesterday. I went over to the Walton Family Discount Club store that we have here locally. You guys know which one that is I'm talking about, I'm sure. And it was a zoo. It was a circus in that place. Bread, milk, water. People were taking advantage of the opportunity to stock up on their hurricane supplies. I, of course, was looking for Little Debbie snacks. I'm a huge fan of Little Debbie. Actually, I'm just kidding, guys. I did have to go over and pick up a couple things, which I try to stay ready. I try to stay ready for the storms. It's something that never goes out of vogue with me, because you never know. I have learned, I've grown up on St. Simon's. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to go days without electricity. Had days without running water sometimes. So I know what it's like. We try to keep stocked up. You know, as you ride through here, and wherever you come into these areas where these trees are over the road, you can see the amount of debris that's been raining down onto the street. I think I would like to ride down to the Marina, where the Menorcan mullet usually lives, and see what the water conditions are like there. I will take you guys along, and we'll go do that and see what's. That'll be on the west side of the island. So we've been over here on the east side. There's another big broken limb right there. Holy smokes! That's on a private property, though. I was almost a whole top out of a water oak tree that was broken out of it. When we have these big storms here, the live oak trees are usually very resilient to the wind. Occasionally we'll see one or two go down, a limb or two, but the big problem is with pine trees and with what we call water oaks. There's about 9 species of oak tree here that we kind of lump into that category. Of a water oak. And those trees, those oaks are comparatively speaking brittle as compared to a live oak tree. You know, the live oak tree on St. Simon's has got a unique history in its own right. In the early part of the century, well, even before that, in the 1800s, 1700s, I should say, the oak trees, live oak trees, were sought after because of their strength for construction of buildings and ships. It's the densest wood that we have, and particularly here because they're trained against the wind. The grain gets really, really dense, and they were just an outstanding load-bearing material for construction. The USS Constitution was actually built with live oak. There was some live oak that was milled here and sent for the construction of the USS Constitution. That's all they had before they had steel. I mean, that was wood frame construction, and the strongest wood they could find was live oak. Just the live oaks have always played a very big part of the history of St. Simon's, and part of that's because of their resilience. They bend, and typically don't break. We are becoming an island of roundabouts. It's like there are roundabouts everywhere on St. Simon's now, with more to come. So now we come up on a traffic signal that's gone into emergency mode. Looks like it's a 4-way red flash now. I'm actually surprised that the public works people are here with it. It's a gray day, and I don't think we're going to see any sunshine. I think the sunshine's completely off the table. I see a lot. What's interesting to me is traffic here. I'm driving about 25 miles an hour. This isn't the first storm I've driven in. You'll be surprised how many times lines will come down and people just drive right through them. They damage their cars. They get themselves in a situation. They're not paying attention. Just words to ponder if you find yourself in a storm. Watch your speed. Get yourself into a jimmy jam real quick. Not to mention you run the risk of, I don't know, driving into a guillotine. They got no clue. And don't tell me it doesn't happen. I've already seen an electrical line down on the ground today. If you energized. So we're coming up on the St. Simons Marina, and if you're familiar with St. Simons at all, the Methodist Church started here with the Wesley brothers, and part of that church, they have a facility here. It's called Epworth by the Sea. They do summer camps here, a lot of youth programs, retreats, that kind of thing are done here at Epworth, and we are adjacent to that facility here at the St. Simons Marina. There's Jimmy. But we can see this is what we call the South Dock, and there's one lone sailboat that is on the South Dock. Everybody else has pulled out. Everybody that's on the South Dock, this is a they pay by the month. These guys are they have slips that are designated for them. Now on the north side, this is kind of a first come, first serve. And there's one boat that's down on the north dock. We probably won't be able to get an image of it. There's one boat that's down here on the north dock. Guys, guess what? The guy that owns this boat left very early on in the week. He has a place in Cedar Key. You know, Cedar Key was right in the path of the landfall of the storm. He had to leave his boat here on St. Simons in the water to go to Cedar Key to secure that property, and he's been over there ever since. And his boat got left. I would have been glad to help him, but I don't know the guy. I don't know where his trailer is. I don't know where I would have taken the boat, but yeah, his boat's still in the water. This is Gascoigne Bluff. This was, we're in the area of the sawmills that cut a live oak timber here on St. Simons back in the day. And we're just going to take a little quick peek. Pretty place. These trees are pretty much allowed to grow unmolested. It makes for a pretty neat place. All right, I'm going to stop here just a second and jump in the chat here with you guys. Well, 110 of you guys in here. I'm just kind of scanning through. A lot of familiar names in here. Mary's in here. Les, thanks for joining us. Teresa, thanks for getting back to us. Civi's in here. Jordine, thank you so much for joining. Tiger, Can't do it without Tiger. Thank you so much for being in here. Tara's in here. Thank you so much. Again, the dancing wolf. I like that. I like the dancing wolf. Thank you so much, Kelly, being in here and being part of what we're doing. That is huge. Thank you so much. Angela, I don't know. Yeah, no, we are in line for the storm. It has not reached us. It has quite a ways to go, and we have quite a bit of rain to go. Thanks, Andy Long. Andy Long is in here with us. Good buddy of mine, now in Tennessee, formerly of St. Simon's. Thanks for joining us. I want to make sure, I don't think that's a tree that's down. Let's ride over and take a look. A lot of debris being generated. And the tree's not down, it's just growing that way. That's an old cedar tree. We are not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination here, as we have what they're telling us is like, well, this day is about over, so we got what, 2.5 more days. We're not expecting tropical storm winds to impact this area until so much rain already this morning. The trees are heavy, the ground is the soil gets saturated. I expect that we'll have some trees down. I expect some power lines. More power lines will probably come down. Event began to unfold. We are going to see some gusts come in hours of Tuesday and possibly into Tuesday. Got some of the I'm really fearful for those folks that are north. Those folks up that way, you know, they're very to us. Salt marshes, live oak trees. It's very similar. They deal with the same kind of thing, same kind of flooding issues that happen as a result of the tide cycles. You know, high tides, guys, the water just does not drain as well. And this, for you guys, this is right now. But so far, so good. So tonight, we're expecting a high tide a little after 10 p.m. And I think it's going to be very different by 10 o'clock tonight. Very different here indeed. We'll be dealing with tropical storm force winds. We're going to see some changing direction depending on how that storm tracks across us, what latitude it comes across it. I think we would be better off if it passed us to the north than we would be if it passed us to the south. I want to take a quick look at the radar and see what's going on here. I can see that we've been in a bit of a lull with the approaching smack with another band. We're low on battery. I need to come up with a better mount for this camera. Again, we are still here. It's still very early in this. What's really going to be telling is the amount of rain that this is coming from the National Hurricane Service, that they're expecting for us, upwards of 20 inches of rain. They said the potential is there for that kind of rain. If we get half of that, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a real mess. And it's going to be the same right on up for the folks up in South Carolina. So we're certainly thinking about them. I know we've got a ways to go, but I think those guys are going to get a lot worse than we are. Oh, so it looks like we got another tree down. So this tree is blown over and is completely blocking the road. I of course didn't get the call on this one. But you guys, this is live streaming at its finest right here. These trees, after they're cut up, and that looks like it's kind of hung up in that other tree. Once that looks like an ironwood tree to me, and once it comes down, it's going to be put into the loader truck and it'll be disposed of. It really has no value for firewood or anything like that. Hey, Mr. Robert.
Storm chaser?
You're live on YouTube.
Live?
I'm live streaming right now. I've been riding around looking at stuff. This is the first thing I've seen over here that's been across the road.
I got a couple pictures for you. I had one on Major Wright, and Faulkner Bell helped me cut it up.
Pine tree.
Power lines down.
Well, it's funny you say that because when I was live streaming over on or coming around Bloody Marsh right there, fire department was out with an energized line on the ground. It was burning.
Oh, it was burning. I got that one, and there's one on Lawrence that's doing the same thing. I'm gonna put on my vest so I'll be legit. Put on my hard hat.
Well, these guys have definitely got their work cut out for them. I need to get out of the way right here. He's trying to get that truck positioned in so he can get this tree. You see now it looks like a multi-stem tree, probably 3 or 4 limbs on it. Hey, Mr. Robert, have you had any drain issues yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Broadway and Postel. Got that. North Harrington down there. They're saying that little old private pond wasn't draining into the county system there. Frederica Township, whatever the name is. Township Bluff.
Township Bluff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little stuff.
I'm worried if we get 10 inches of rain around this place.
We just got to block everything off.
I don't, we're going to be at the mercy of the tides and the wind to blow the stuff out of here. Well, hey, I'm going to let you guys get to work. Thank you, sir. Hey, be careful, okay? Now you're ready. I'll see you. Hey, what's your plan? Are you staying tonight?
Yeah, until Danny Smith lets us go.
Okay. I didn't know if y'all were.
We're staying until probably midnight, I think. Maybe they'll let us go home.
Winds are supposed to start getting bad around 8. They said.
We'll get that chainsaw soon as Danny comes.
I'll see you. It's Mr. Robert Harrell. He's kind of our public works supervisor over here on St. Simon's, and he's next couple days, no doubt about it. He's going to be taking some grenades. And there's so many things that they get, the public works department, oh, my backyard's flooding, or it's the street's flooding out in front of my house. Well, yeah, there's a tropical depression coming, and it's going to dump 20 inches of rain. There's going to be a lot of water. It's going to take a little while to move, and people seem to get impatient and don't understand. And everybody wants to live high in their castle. Sometimes it just real problems, real issues develop that eventually just run off into the ocean. There's some low places, though. There are some low places. There are so many beautiful trees that hang over the roadways of St. Simons, and they are beautiful to see, to enjoy driving underneath them. But every one of them is a potential hazard. And keep that in mind. Wind. Let's check our weather and see if the winds have increased at all.
Sir. 971 inches of mercury. Remarks. Density altitude 2200.
Touch and goes are restricted at St. Simons Island Airport. Pilots are requested to use Brunswick Golden Isles Airport.
St. Simons Island Airport. Automated weather observation 2009er Zulu. Wind 150 at 26 knots. Peak gusts tree 8 knots. Visibility 4. Light rain. Mist. Sky condition broken at 2000. Broken at 2.
So yeah, we're still seeing 40 plus mile an hour gusts. The wind seems to have changed direction. I think when last time we made the call, it was 114, and now it's at 150. So it's coming around from the south, starting to make that turn as the storm starts to approach us from its position. If you can visualize the storm and seeing that wind coming up, that we're starting to catch that southern component of it. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. I know this is completely out of the realm of what we normally do. Will probably do this again into the evening as we approach sundown. I'll try to run back out and take another look and see where we are weather-wise and what kind of effects we're experiencing here on St. Simons. Thanks so much for joining us. As always, you guys are the reason I do this. And holy smokes, we got all kinds of neighbors going on right here.
How's your day been so far?
So, well, let me back up and let me let Annalise out, and I'll
Top come out right here.
So hold on, we're going to talk to Tommy right here just a second. What's going on?
I was sitting here a while ago trying to get the dog to go to the bathroom, and there's a top right there between Tom's guest house and Spencer's. Whole top of the tree came out. Luckily, it didn't hit directly on the house, but it landed between them.
Is it in his backyard right now?
You can see it right here on the side.
I'm live on YouTube right now.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, we just went through. We saw down at Demery and Broadway.
Uh-huh.
Live line was down, smoking, burning on the ground. I mean, it's blowing. I just called the airport, and it's over 40-mile-an-hour gust here right now. And then, you know, it's not supposed to really pick up until like 8 tonight.
I know, that's what I've been watching the swirling going on, and after I heard that one crash, in fact, nobody's over here, because I texted Tom a while ago, but you can drive in that driveway, and you can see where it's laying between those two houses.
Right.
And you can see the top broken off right there, but it's a pretty good sized top out of that oak. If it had hit one of the houses, it would have been a pretty good hit.
Yeah. I'll try to pull in there and show folks what's going on. It's the island is it's pretty much every, you know, the people are closing up and going home, and you know, restaurants are doing their thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you though. Tonight's going to tell the tale if we can keep the power lines from coming down.
We had a lot of rain, and a lot more's coming.
Yeah, I was just watching the update. It's now right over Lake City. Looks like maybe between 3 and 4. It's going to come to the west of us over here and cut out towards Shelman Bluff. Unless it changes a little bit, and if it changes, all it's going to do is go a little further to the west.
Well, we get through the night, and then we'll just have rain to deal with.
I'll see you.
See ya. All right, so before we go, let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, see it right there. Oh, it is on the roof of the house. Can you guys? Let me see if I can pick that up. Right there. Looks like old hickory tree. Sure does. What a mess. That stuff's going to be going on all over the place. Well, guys, I'm going to end it here, and we'll try to get back out and take another look after a little bit of time, maybe towards around, I don't know, 6:30 or 7 o'clock or something. We'll take another peek out before we get in and kind of lock down and get ready for the tonight. But thanks for being with us, and if you guys are in the path of this thing, take it seriously. It's no joke, and we're going to have some problems. You guys be safe. Stay away from the power lines, damn it, if you see one on the ground. Be safe out there, okay? You guys take care.